Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Coach. This is my first video. It's a whole new idea I've come up with. I thought it could help pastors discover what their purpose is for the week, months ahead, give them a little guidance and help them out. So welcome to the first ever Coffee with Coach. Hi, I'm Steve Petty. I'm here to help you become a better pastor and leader while saving you time and money and helping to motivate and energize you and your church. Today I want to talk about one of the most important things you can do as a pastor. And it's really important as we think about what to do in January, and that's make a calendar. You've all got calendars. They come in the mail. We get hundreds of them. It used to be Cokesbury would send out these little black books called the Daily Suggester. They don't do that anymore. Now we're expected to calendar ourselves. We have electronic calendars, we have calendars on our phones, we have calendars on our computers, calendars everywhere you look. But as I've talked to pastors around the country, doing a calendar and planning a calendar and working off a calendar is something we're not very good at. So today I want to talk about how to use a calendar and what you should be doing with it in January. I want to give you 3 good reasons why you should calendar for the whole year. Number 1, calendaring for the whole year relieves a whole lot of stress. Now think about that. 2020 was pretty stressful. A lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff not going on. The problem was what to do, what not to do. Are we in-house? Are we in the park? Are we virtual? Are we on Zoom? Are we on Facebook? What are we doing? And because we didn't know, and we really hadn't planned for it, it was a tough year. It was tough for the pastors. It was tough for the people. But being able to calendar for the whole year and think about the things that you can control relieves a whole lot of stress. Imagine you going on a trip. You're going to drive all the way across country. You don't have a map. You don't have a compass. You don't know where the roads are. You're just going to set out and drive. How comforting is that? Don't know where you're going to stop. Don't know how much gas you're going to need. You're just driving. It's stressful. But if you have GPS, got Google Maps, you can go. You can call ahead on your phone. You can get a room. It's less stressful. But if you laid out your reservations ahead of time, if you know exactly how many miles you wanted to go and where you wanted to stop and what you wanted to see, and it was all planned out ahead of time, leaving on that vacation is a lot less stressful. It's no different with the calendar and the year. Being able to set out a whole year in front of yourself and your staff relieves them of a whole lot of stress too. So, number 1, planning a calendar relieves a whole lot of stress. Number 2, setting out a calendar tells you what to do and when to do it. As you regularly look at that calendar throughout the year, you know, oh wait, I've been ignoring this. That's coming up. I really need to get on that. I know who's involved. I know what the dates are. I know what the times are. I know what's expected of me. It sets out a clear path for me. I know how to use my energies, when to use my energies, how to get the job done well in advance. And it allows me to plan for it. Number 3, having a clear calendar relieves stress on your staff and makes everyone happier. Now, 2020 wasn't very happy. The way to make 2021 happier is to get that calendar done. What does that do for your staff, whether they're paid or volunteers? You finish a whole calendar for the whole year. You sit down with a team, you develop it, you know who's doing what, you know when they're doing what, you know what dates are coming up. Everybody knows they have clear expectations. Having those clear expectations just makes them happier. Going week to week when they don't know what the pastor's preaching, what scriptures are coming up, drives everybody crazy. They're always running as fast as they can to catch up, and it's week by week by week. They don't know where the goals are. But if you have a calendar laid out months in advance, they know exactly where they have to be week after week. They know what they can plan for. They know what resources they have to get lined up ahead of time. Everyone is much happier, and the energy flows a lot easier, and the communication flows a lot better. Let's do the calendar. Think about what's coming up in 2021. This is January 2021. And in just 2 short weeks, we've got Martin Luther King birthday, Martin Luther King weekend. Wow. Has there ever been a year in which celebrating Martin Luther King weekend has been more important? I don't think so. With all that we've gone through in 2020, coming to MLK weekend and having a good plan and having the whole staff on board and knowing exactly how you want to handle it is really important. If you haven't done that already, that's on the top of the charts for tomorrow. Get that done. Make that a big celebration. February. You know, Valentine's Day is on a Sunday. February 14th is on a Sunday. Now that might not be important to you. Maybe you're thinking Valentine's Day is one of those days I just try to ignore. But think about it. People will probably still be sequestered. A lot of your seniors will still be staying at home. A lot of people will not be getting out and not getting the love that they need. But Valentine's Day is a chance for the church to do something really special. Make some big event. Make some special effort to get people to send Valentines to their friends, Valentines to shut-ins. Make it a big, big deal. Get those Valentines out and let people know your church loves them. Do you want to be our Valentine? We'd like to be yours. Make February 14th really special. And as if February 14th wasn't big enough, February 17th is Ash Wednesday. Oh my gosh, Ash Wednesday. Lent is already here. Have you planned for Lent? Have you got ideas about what to do with Lent? Lent is going to be early. And really, again, Lent is important this year. Last year, Lent got thrown at us. We had to sequester almost immediately, and Lent was just getting started. Last year, Lent was difficult. March 15th, we shut everything down, and churches didn't know what to do with Lent. This year, we're likely to still be shut down. How are we going to handle Lent this year? What did we learn from last year that can make Lent really special this year? Maybe by Easter we'll be able to open up. Maybe not. But how do you handle it? What have you got on the boards that you can plan for now to really make Lent special? We still have to make Easter Easter. And we have to get through Lent to get there. Plan now. April 4th is Easter. Have you thought about Easter? If we're back in church, this is a chance for the biggest Easter celebration your church has ever had. Big time. Get back to church, wear your Easter hats, make it a big, big day. If we're not, how do we make Easter really special this year? How do we make it special so that people can come through Holy Week, Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday, and get to Easter with a sense of celebration, like the resurrection is coming, like Jesus is with us? How do we make that happen in 2021? May and June, Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduations. Are we moving into churches again? Who knows? But those are big days, and we need to plan for those and make them really, really special this year. But July 4th, oh my goodness, July 4th is on a Sunday. Did you know that? Are you ready for that? Have you planned for it? You'd better. Has there ever been a time in our country, besides the Civil War, when we have been more divided? When we need to be more united? How do we do that on July 4th this year? How do we say to our people, whether you're Republican or Democrat, red state or blue state, you're an American, and God loves you, and God has blessed you in this country. What do we believe in that we can all agree on that is our God-given rights? Make July 4th a really uniting, healing day this year. You can do it if you plan for it. September, we will likely be back in our churches. So whether your school year begins at the end of August or early September, what are you going to do for a rally day? Has your church had rally days in previous years? Some churches call them homecoming. Some churches call them rally day, back to church, back to school. But think about it. This year, if we're back in our churches, this ought to be a rally day like none other. We ought to be able to invite people back to church, back to the communion of saints, back to their home in a really spectacular fashion. We should be planning for it now so that when we get there, this is the best rally day ever. Fall is when most churches schedule their finance campaigns. Has your finance committee set their dates yet? Have they purchased their materials? Are they going to develop their own plan? I know, many churches have gotten away from doing a fall plan, and yet, I have to tell you, if you do it right, it's the most affirming thing your church can do. Scheduling a positive, optimistic rally Sunday, and then following that up really quickly with an opportunity to make your pledge to the church, to say, this is my home and I'm going to support it. This is my people, and I'm going to support them. How do you do the finance campaign? When do you do it so that it doesn't run into December and all of your Advent activities? Get that on the calendar now. Get it done before Thanksgiving. This year, Advent begins at the end of November, and Christmas is on a Saturday. Have you planned for that? What does that look like? Christmas Eve on Friday, Christmas Day on Saturday, and Sunday is Sunday. It's a busy time. How do we do that so that we have the best celebrations and yet we don't burn everybody out? Planning for Advent and Christmas in 2021 will be critical. Getting those dates planned now so that we don't conflict with one another. That's why planning a 12-month calendar is really, really important. 2021 is going to happen whether you're ready for it or not. You have an opportunity to make plans now that will make it smoother, less stressful, make a happier staff, and help you to know exactly where you want to go. So, sit down. Spend a couple hours with your calendar. Plan for things. You can do it. It'll make 2021 a great year. Well, that's about it for Coffee with Coach. This week's mug is from La Mesa First United Methodist Church. I was pastor there for 7 years. If you've got a coffee mug and you'd like to see it on Coffee with Coach, send it to me. Send me an email and I'll give you an address. And if you'd like to know more about what I do, check out my website, revstevep.com. You'll find lots of resources there, articles about all kinds of things that you can do to help your church. And in January, there's an article about planning. Plus, you'll find a 12-month calendar there just for preaching. Lays out all of the things you need to know as you plan for your best preaching in 2021. Check it out. And if you like this video, click on that like button, subscribe, send me an email, and I'll make sure you get an email before the next time. This has been Coffee with Coach. Have a great day.